Now we are in VBCS, right? VBCS not enabled in this instance. So this is a visual builder, and we'll try to create a new application, and we'll see one of the post operation. Okay. So here, just click on the new. Application. Just click on the finish. So this is a web application. Before that, we'll try to create a table here in order to hold the data. Employee business object. Just click on the create. So here, you can define the fields here. Create field, employee number. And this is member data type. Just create field and try to create one more field, which is employee name. This is text, and try to add employee age something. Age is number. So this is enough. Now this is endpoints. If you see here, by default endpoints will be created. Okay, patch, post, and delete. Okay, we can use these operations in order to work with CRUD operations. Okay, now this is the data. For our testing purpose, we'll try to insert two records. Age something 10, 101, test 1. Just add row. And age 20, something test 201. And employee number is something 20. Line number 2. Just add it. Okay, now we have two records in our table. Okay, now create a web application here. Just click on the create application. Now by default, you create a main start page for us, which is a root page. Okay, you see the main start. Here we have all the components and something actions, the event listeners, the events types, variables, which we can accommodate in order to build our VBCS application. We require this. Okay, now try to get a table here to display the data. Add the data here from our employee table. Just click on the next, and employee number, employee name, and age. Just click on the next and the finish. This is my data. Okay, now add a button here. This is button. Something I can change. Create employee. So when I click on the create employee, it will navigate to my create employee page. Okay, so as of now, we'll test this. So this is my button and followed by two records. When I click on the create employee, my next action item is I need to display my create employee page. Okay, so for that, When I click on the create employee, there is an event. For every button, there is an event would be there. Here you need to go for the create event, which is OJ action. So here, before that, what we'll do, we'll create a new page here for insert. Insert employee, just click on the create. Now this is my main start button. When I click on the create employee, here there is a navigate option will be there. Navigate, just add here. So for which page you are trying to navigate? I'm trying to navigate my insert employee page. Just click on the same. Okay. Now try to run it. So just click on the create employee. Now it will navigate to your insert employee page. Okay. Now this is a page designer. Now we'll try to add the code in your insert employee. So what are here we require? We are required 3 text boxes and 2 buttons. So here button. This is something create, and one more button, something cancel. So when I click on the cancel, again, where it should be navigate, again, it should be navigate to my main start page. Okay. So for that, just select the cancel button, go to the event. So again, navigate. Use the navigate and trying to navigate to my main start page. So whenever it is successfully navigated, I want to refresh my table data. For that, in order to refresh table data on the current page, there is a fire data provider event is there. Just use this and you can refresh your table. That's it. Just enable refresh. And here this is page employee. It's a data. So it will refresh your data. Okay. Now, just try to test it. This is create employee. And when you click on the cancel, so again, it will navigate to the your whichever main page, which is employee table landing page. Just click on the cancel. So again, it will navigate your main page. Now, the next item, you need to create 3 text boxes. When you click on the create, it should be insert the data in your table. Okay. So for that, add input text boxes here. Page designer and input text. I have added 3 employee number, age. Okay. So I have 3 text boxes and followed by create button. So when I click on the create button, I need to accept this employee, accept this page data and map this page data to your employee business of nothing but table post operation. Okay. For that, first we need to bind this employee text box, bind this input text box with our table each column. So for that, create a type here. This is a type from endpoint, same as your record type variable, business object. We select the post operation since we are trying to perform the post. Employee where is employee number, name, and age. Just click on the finish. For this type, create a variable here. Use this variable as a page variable. G11 employee variable, and use this variable as your created employee business object. Just click on create. Now the variable does have 3 elements. Now you can map these elements to your input text box. This is employee number, data, employee variable, and this is my employee number. Just you can map. Again, name. This is employee name, and this is age. Okay. Now the variable elements are mapped with your table or your page attributes. Your complete data, your complete page application data in your GP11 employee variable. Now you can map this GP11 employee variable to your post operation of your table. Okay, so I'll put this, we'll try to test it. Create employee. I have 3 boxes. So you can put 10. Test age is something 40. Just click on the create. So as of now, create we are not added any button action. Now we'll try to add a button action here. Create event new OJ action. So here my button event. Here call the rest endpoint. Call rest. So here select the operation, business object, employee business object, and followed by the post method. Just click on select. Post method can be selected. So here you can see the body, parameters body. You can map with your page variable. This is my page variable, GP11 employee variable. You can map to the body. So that the complete page data can be binded with your post operation and data will be inserted into your table. So once it is success, I want to print a notification here or a prompt on the screen itself. For that, there is a fire action, fire notification. Just add this and summary record created successfully. Something it's a persistent. Nothing but just we are on the screen itself, we are trying to store the pop up the information. We are not storing any information, and the notification type is something info. Okay. Now, once it is done, I want to empty my page variables data. Again, fire data provider event, just add the here. And just you can refresh. So what you are trying to refresh. So here, our employee page dot variables employee this service data provider. GP11 employee variable, we need to refresh here. This is my button event. So let's see how it goes. Just will try to refresh. So what it will try to refresh? It will try to refresh your what this there is a function will be available. Just a moment. File data provided event. Yeah, reset variables. Just try to delete this. You can add the reset variables. So all your page data can be reset, variables to reset. This is my page variable start. Where is that employee variable? This is complete. So that your data can be refreshed on the screen itself once the data is post success. Now you can run it. This is create employee and employee number something 30. Test 301. Employee name is something 30. Just click on the create. Now the record created successfully. Immediately the page data can be reset. If you observe, immediately the page data can be refreshed. And just click on the cancel. Now if you see here, you can see your service data provider table get refreshed by using fire data provider event option. Table data can be refreshed and you are able to see the data of your inserted record. Same way something 40. Let's 01, 40. Just click on the create. Record created successfully. Just click on the cancel. Now you can see the 48 record here. Okay, the way you can develop your VBCS application. Again, this is a very in-depth subject. Okay, just I have shown one of the post-operation method, which is a manual process. The same process would be available. Oracle is provided create, read, and delete. Just you can follow the same how Oracle is creating the validations and everything. Okay, so this is about something VBCS application, one of the use case. So it's clear. Any doubts on this? So we need to test step by step. Do not test all the scenarios at a time. Always test step by step so that you will see errors if anywhere. And it's very to debug easily. This is all about VBCS. Now we'll see the PCS. So PCS, I'm not going in-depth subject, just I will show very high level. So why this is will use, this is processes and process applications. Mostly we will use in order to work with, custom workflow designs, so that we will get the notification, the OIC itself, and within the OIC will respond the same, so that workflow can be triggered as expected. Just click on the create application. Application test. Just click on the create. Here, create a structured process and start with a form approval. So I'm trying to design a workflow by using one of the form approval, form message approval pattern. Just select this, just click on the create. So it will create a flow for us with a form approval pattern. This is one of the flow. Here I have process owner and the process reviewer. Process owner is nothing but who is submitting, process reviewer who is reviewing the request. This is submit request, and once it is submitted, it will goes to process reviewer for approval request. Once it is approved, you can fulfill the information and complete your flow. If it is not approved, again it will go to the resubmit, and once you successfully resubmit, it will go to again approve the request. Okay, this is one kind of a form message approval pattern workflow. So here submit request, open the properties and try to create a form here. So my test approval workflow form, just click and create a form here, something employee form, just click on the create. Okay, now open the form. Here you can drag and drop the text boxes in order to accept the data. Something and input text, one more text box. Page. Okay, this is my one of the form. Just save this and the process. So once he submitted the request followed by 2 attributes information in that form, and by default he will get a approve and reject option here, nothing but send. Since we are selected form message pattern workflow, by default you will get approve buttons, same as your workflow notification page. So once you submit this request, it will go to your process reviewer. the form he can be received. So you can embed the form with this approval request, open the properties and assign the form here. Just when you save, this is my employee form, just click on OK. So other than here, we do have anything. Here we have the action, which is approve and reject from these options. Now, once this is successfully approved, I want to close my workflow. I don't want to fulfill, just delete this. And once this is approved, I want to close. Edit the same and conditional flow and add a condition here. If it is approved, close the same. Task outcome data object, insert into expression. Just in double quotes, approve. Once it is approved, just validate, expression is valid. Click on OK. Once it is approved, okay, the workflow can be closed. If it is not approved, okay, I want to go for resubmit. I don't have any conditions here. Remove the condition flow. Directly I want to resubmit process owner. That's it. Just save it and try to test this. There is a test option will be available. So if you have any errors, you can see the errors here. Warnings you can ignore. If you have any errors in workflow, you can see the errors here. Just you need to resolve those errors. Just try to click on the activate. Activate it. So we require more roles for this in order to work with the PCS application. We will see how it goes. So this is application activated successfully. Just click on OK and click on the play here to see how the application is behaved. This is my process. Submit the request process owner. There's a play button available. Just click on the play. Just play it. Something that is not showing the form here. It should be show the form with two attributes, employee name and employee age, and we'll see the approve reject button. Why it's not appearing the form. Might be any application issue. Nothing is there here. Just we are going to associate with the form. This is done. And this is my form. This is also done. Just if you click on the preview, the form looks like this. Employee name and employee age followed by the buttons. The mobile application will like this: triggered custom outcome, save, submit. Submit is nothing but here you will get payload like this. You see, employee number and employee age will accept two data. So this is done. Why it is not going to submit request to approval request? Open properties. Here, title. Let's add the title, plain text. Employee page. We'll save it and try to test it. We'll see. Try to submit the request. Something page is not opening here. Even yesterday I have tried. There is nothing is there. Not sure why it is not opening. So when you submit the request will come to here and he will approve and the workflow will be closed. If you reject, it will go to the resubmit. You can try with your trial account. Might be it will be work. This process application, especially we need some major roles, admin roles in order to work this. Okay, this is something about PCS. Now you can integrate this PCS application with your integration. So how will you integrate with your integration? Is nothing but the form can accept two attributes, right? Employee number and employee age. So we need to create an app-driven orchestration followed by two attributes. If you see any one of the integration, create here app-driven orchestration, you need to select
Vijay, scheduled has been selected, it seems.
Yeah, no problem. Just I'm showing the PCS option.
Okay.
I'm not developing an integration since that is not working right. So here, action items. Something process. You can see the same in your action item. Okay. Yeah, here all there is a process. Here you can call your PCS application here. So whichever are published in the PCS application, all published applications would be available here. Okay. Click on the next. Here, as of now, none of the applications are activated in your application, so we are not able to see anything. Always you can call your PCS applications through integrations, which is message-based pattern, whichever we have seen. That is message-based pattern, nothing the form approvals related things. Okay, you can get the payload over there and try to submit the form, and you will get the notification. And notification will goes to the respective recipient. He will approve the request and it will close the workflow. For that, you need to embed SOAP web service and REST APIs. Again, it will very lengthy subject here. At this moment, you won't understand. That is a bit complex. Okay, this is something high level of your PCS. Something I have an integration in. Let's see, which I have developed earlier. This is not. I don't have, I guess. Okay, no problem. That's it for this PCS. Just high level, this introduction, not going for in-depth subject. The moment you will not understand what's going on here. So just you can more focus on integration as of now. None of the clients is not adapting this PCS as of now. So this is more required, complex customization logics. So that's it for our sessions. It's time for, we have around 30 minutes are there, 30 to 20 minutes. We can discuss anything for subject wise. If you have any doubts, any clarifications for each topic wise.
Vijay,
Yeah.
in the FBDA integrations, usually there are mainly two steps, right? First is moving to interface table. Then by
Yes.
running the standard program like import journals or import suppliers, moving from interface table to base table. Okay.
Correct. Yes.
So if the first step is correct, that is the data is successfully loaded into interface table, then when we run the standard import program, if there is any error, something like period is not open, something like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So those corrections, how we have to address?
Yeah, those corrections we have two ways. Okay. The first way is if it is a minor errors, the client will take it by using ADF-DA approach. They will correct the data by using ADF-DA spreadsheet. If we have bulk errors, for example, let's take AR invoice, you have thousands of errors are there. So what you will do, just you need to generate an error file within Excel or within a CSV, need to generate a error file. Okay, send an attachment to the client. Client will try to, that is client headache, how client wants to resolve the data. Again, he will send in a new data with a complete new file. With the correction data, he will send a complete flat file with you. Since the data is not loaded to the base tables, right? So you need to parse the data. Again, you need to reiterate the process from stage 1 integration onwards. If the client wants to correct the data by using ADF-DA approach, there is no process for integration side for the reprocess.
Okay, if the data is loaded again, means we will have to purge the existing error data from the interface table, right?
Exactly. Yes, and iterate the entire process again.
Okay, fine. And in the DBCS process, we have custom tables, right?
Yes.
So those table columns we would be referring in the integration side.
Yes.
So later stage, like if we rename any column or include some columns means, so if we want to include those changes in the integrations, so that synchronizations how we can make.
Yeah, for example, there is a table is there, X column is there, you are updated in future later with a Y column, with a Y name, X to Y. So you are trying to reflect with the Y name, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that is in open the DBCS connection, and there is a add remove table is there. Did you remember while you adding the table?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, add remove table. Just click on that and try to select your table. It will complete reload your structure table, structure information.
Okay.
Okay. And you will get a empty mapping over there for already X column mapping is there. If you refresh with that add remove table with your new table structure, it will replace X to Y and Y is become empty. Again, you need to provide a mapping for that Y.
Okay, okay, fine. Yeah.
Getting right?
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
And one more thing, this OIC tool integrations, VBCS or PCS, so it's more developer focused, right? So generally, how business users will be using it?
This is complete technical developer activities, moreover integrations, the complete OIC application activities. Okay, if the client have more systems, moreover, the clients have more systems, source systems, obviously client needs this integration in order to pump the data between source systems to our target system. Okay.
Okay.
The client the client don't bother about this amount and this license and everything. For a less business also, he will take the integration to automate the process. Let's assume one of my client have been worked only for the client, only they are maintaining only single integration, which is GL interface.
Okay.
Every day they are placing the file, every day they are trying to invoke this file by using manual process, submitting load interface file for import and submitting import journals. So they don't want to go for the manual process. So they want to go for automate process. So for that integration purpose, they are took this license, and we have been developed only single integration for that requirement. GLLP automate process. So it will pick the file from the FTP server, process the same, and it will send an email notification with errors. If it is success, we'll send a success email notification. But depends on client, depends on business.
Okay, so usually, like I'm asking, like business users will be using ERP credentials. They will be logging and submitting the concurrent CEDAR ERP, that is ESS jobs,
Yes.
like that. This OIC tool, like in what way they will use? That's what I am.
They will try to just schedule integrations. They won't.
Only for scheduling they will use
exactly.
it.
That's it.
Okay, okay. It's like ESS job definition submitting.
Yes. Same as.
Okay, okay. Fine, fine. Thank you.
Any others have any doubts? Do we have any job seekers are there in this list? Any job seekers? Hope everyone working with organization, right?
Yes, Vijay.
Okay, great.
Looking for YC.
Oh yeah, looking for voice, nothing but mainly you can focus on, do not go for in-depth integration. First, try to develop file-based activities and this BAP report. First, try to get a full confidence on these two integrations. Just practice at least 4 to 5 times or 5 to 8 times these two integrations and try to work on actual integrations. You will get handy. Okay. Do not go for direct GL process. Do not go for GL web service process. First, try to get an familiarity with this file activities, how to read the data, write the data, and how to work on stage operations, FTP operations, and that map, switch, while, loops. Just try to get the familiarity with those action items. Then after go for and when you're working with any integrations, please be think what is the request and what is the response. If you are able to achieve the same, 90% or 90% of integration will be remain same, whichever you are trying to develop. If you develop 10 integrations, the same approach. What is the request? What is the response? So before developing an integration, first try to put your ER diagram flow on the paper. At least you can achieve 50% of the integration flow. And try to accommodate with integration with the if-else cases. Wherever if-else is required, just try to add an if-else. Since if you want to add any if conditions in future, if your integration diagram is very lengthy, it's not possible to add if-else in your middle of the flow. In future, if you want to add, again, you need to delete entire integration and try to develop the same. Or you can reposition, and the reposition would be available for only action items. The collection items, it won't work, right? So wherever collection items are there, again, you need to create a collection item and need to adjust with the repositions. So instead of that, wherever is required, if you feel here, if else is required, just add if else blindly, so that it will be easy to add any enhancements in future. Mostly these type of issues we will get while working with the real-time development. First, we will come with a sample prototype. It will work and it will give the output well and good. But after some testing, we feel, oh, here I need some if-else case so that this route will be triggered. Okay.
Yeah, Vijay, this OIC, until fusion is there, OIC will be required, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Not only fusion, you can connect with any application, right? Whichever Oracle is provided adapters, 73 adapters are there.
Okay.
Connect to any application. Earlier, SOVA people is worked on this complete OIC. Nothing but the SOVA layer is there, right? In order to transfer the data between source to our Oracle data. Now the SOVA is completely replaced with OIC. Now SOVA people is not working on this. This is complete our technical developer activities.
So especially in OIC, usually as an interviewer, what questions you will be expecting?
Expecting the questions is nothing but how will you load bulk data? So how will you load greater than 10 MB data? Let's
Sorry,
assume your
read file in segments.
segments. Yeah, good for read file in segments if you have greater than 10 MB data. In the same way, BIP report have the data output which is greater than 10 MB. So it's not possible to read the data greater than 10 MB, right? So how will you get that 10 MB data is nothing but the ERP integration web service. There is a download, export, output option, operation is available. By using that, you need to write the data into UCM server. From UCM server, read the data by using read file in segments. Okay, these two questions majorly you will get, and how to use the scope. And I did not about this data stitch operation. There is a data stitch is there. If you remember in our collection item, data stitch, just you can search in the Google data stitch. Data stitch is nothing but, for example, in a scope, there is a read data is there. Read data have 10 records. Okay, I want to read this data out of scope. I want to use read data response in the out of scope. So wherever scope is there, inside the scope design flow access is available inside only. It won't access for outside. You do not use any response to the outside if you are in the scope. I want to use the response to the outside of the scope. These data stitch will come into picture. Okay, just use create the same data object for data stitch and copy the data or response to this data stitch so that you can use anywhere. We have a number of articles in the Google which image wise, just you can follow the same. It's very minor concept, but in real time mostly we can use this data stitch. And the connections. For example, you are migrated one integration from source to target instance. Okay, production instance. Very first time the connections, lookups, everything will be migrated to the target instance. Let's assume later I need to update some of my lookups in my dev instance. So how will you migrate these lookups to your target instance? Do not migrate the integration, overall integration. Only lookups can be migrated one time. The second time onwards, lookups cannot be replaced or lookups cannot be overwrite. So try to migrate the lookup as independent. Okay, and try to keep the connection same as name in the source and target instance to avoid to create multiple connections in source and target. Create the same connection name as in a production instance. The reason why creating the connections, follow the naming conventions so that will create the same in your target instance. So it's when you are migrate to the target instance, no need to use replace options. Nothing but the configure. There is no useful for configure options since we are using the same connections in your test instance. Okay, so this is you will get. And how will you handle errors? Nothing but scope. How will you get error? One scope to another scope is nothing but a rethrow new fault. And how will you raise a user defined exceptions? Nothing but throw new fault. Okay. And moreover, what you will get. How will you get an integration notification parameter values? So in general, how will you get notification parameter values? Lagan?
First, we will have to define the parameters, right?
Yeah, you need to create a notification parameter and use that notification parameter and assign to your integration data.
Yeah.
That you will get the data. Okay. And how will you avoid notification? There is a two addresses there. In general, we are hard coding with a email IDs, but in real time, how will you handle
lookups?
Yeah, you need to create a lookups. Lookups have these email IDs list. So always try to avoid the complete lookups. Okay.
So wherever hard coding is required, better to use lookups.
Yeah, create a generic lookup. Generic lookup will contain all the values. Just use that lookup reference and meet your integration requirement. Do not go with any hard code. It's really required. You can go. For example, for GL interface, there is a balance flag is there. Balance flag, always the value would be constant, which is actual A. The moment you can hardcode, no issues. But something this report path and location, your FTP file name pattern, the directory, report path, something these values you can hardcode, the email IDs, you can hardcode within lookups.
Okay.
Any
Vijay, all the integrations which you have taught, if we understand everything clearly and if you are able to reproduce with our own, so that is equivalent to how much years of real-time experience?
around 7 to 8 years again.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So moreover, this testing minimum you require minimum 3 years of experience, 3 years of experience hands-on with integrations. Overall, you need to have minimum 7 to 8 years of experience.
Yeah, really, you have covered many topics.
Yes, almost I covered
clearly.
everything. There is more enough. The reason I'm requesting to not go for main integration at a time. First, focus on file activities and this BIP report activity. Then after go for GL web service. Very first time you face n number of issues. Don't worry. The reason, try to get a good base on these integrations. Okay.
Current market for OIC,
very excellent, Lagan.
Okay.
Without OS, there is no client as of now. And we have more pace when you compare with Azure, Data Lake, and these DevOps. We are getting equivalent salaries, the compensation wise.
Okay.
For 8 years, 9 years guy, getting minimum 21, 22, 23 plus like that.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay.
Then think of how the trend is going on for OIC. We have less coding, but this is most trending technology.
Okay. So having a EBS background and a Fusion technical background, the people can do OIC very much better compared to others, right?
Yes. For example, if you see some of the clients, they are maintaining for OIC separate team, nothing but SOA team.
Yeah, correct. I have heard something like that. They will not know EBS as well as Fusion technical, but they will do integrations.
Yeah. So at the moment, what we'll do up to payload level, nothing but GL web service, whatever the web service type is there, we are testing it SOAP UI and Postman tools, right? So we need to test up to that level and we need to hand over that payload to the SOA team. What they will do, simply they will provide the mappings and they will run the integrations.
Okay. So
since they do not have any background of ERP, right? But for OIC developer, it's required the complete background of ERP.
Yeah, got it. So since we have EBS and Fusion technical means we can do better, right?
Better, not better. It's mandatory for us.
Correct. Yeah, sure. Thank you.
What about Vishal, our junior guys? Vishal is there? No. Any junior guys are there here for today?
Yes, sir. Ashwin is here.
Yeah, how is going on your practice?
Yes, sir. But still not getting any access from company. So we are practicing on all these things.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. Just try to focus on the basics as of now. Okay,
yes, sir. I want to ask one thing that if we have any questions like
further, you can send an email. I have is already posted my email ID, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, you can post, or you have any doubts, you can post on the WhatsApp. I will be available. If time, I will get a time, I will respond the same.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. These all topics are very helpful for us for future. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Ashwin. No problem. It's always you need to improve yourself and keep maintain a good position in the IT industry.
Yes, sure.
Vijay,
if we get your WhatsApp number, then it will be better for us.
I'm there in your group, yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Vijay. Hello.
Yeah, tell me, Altaf.
Yeah. First of all, thank you so much for your time, and you have covered all the topics. And also, I've seen many trainings, and you have covered the real-time concepts. and we are very happy like we got you in the our efficient technical, and we have covered all the things, and
Yes.
especially the real dream, and we are very happy to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Altaf.
Yes, yes.
Feedback.
Same here, sir.
Thank
Same.
you.
Actually, I've seen some trainings, so they are not covering the real time, just they go by the topic,
Yes.
so you have covered the real time, so we are very happy.
Okay, no problem, Altaf. Especially the junior guys, if you face any issue the topic wise, the coming batches you can attend the same. Okay, wherever you feel not comfort.
Okay.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, within OIC, we have getting
Yeah,
it.
no problem. For the OIC, you can cover 2 to 3 batches so that you will get easily understand. That's not important to attend the batches. More important your practice.
But we don't know the timing and
Yeah. You need to accommodate your time, yeah, especially weekends.
Vijay, when is next 8 to 9 batch starts? New batch
It will take 15 days. Like, and now 7 to 8 is going on.
7 to 8. Okay.
Yeah, one more batch. 7 to 8. So OIC almost 40% done.
So same ID. So if I want to join,
Yeah, same ID you can.
password also same,
so
right?
we can join the same like
Same
7
you
to
can
8.
again. Yeah, the 7 to 8 is going on. If you want, you can join.
As of now, integration started.
Yeah, BAP report is done and started GL web service.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, now in this batch, I'm trying to cover this AR invoice second stage again. You can attend.
Yeah, fine. From tomorrow onwards, 7 to 8, I will join.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks to everyone for your valuable feedback and your time with me. It's a great opportunity to work with you in the sessions. The most, the interactions is very good, especially when you compare with all my batches. Okay. And thanks to everyone. I wish you all the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you, Vijay.
Thanks.
Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you, Vijay.
Thank
Thank you.
you, Vijay.
Thanks a lot.